Right. Glad to see another day. Right. Hey. Hello, how are you? Okay. Brianna, everything's going okay? What year are you? I am a junior. Yes, ma'am. Almost out of there, but not really. Not yet. Okay, well, I'm sorry, we're gonna say something? That's your life. We're gonna go ahead and start the meeting. I want to thank you all for coming out on such short notice. I called this emergency meeting to discuss the recent events that have taken place concerning member Ladarius Smith. I know y'all all have heard your little things around campus and whatnot, and it's kind of a troubling time here at Douglas State, but I think the next actions of the BAU are critical in determining what we will and will not tolerate as Black Americans on this campus. Before we move into anything else though, I would like to just take some time and observe like a moment of silence for him. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. Thank you. So really, at this moment, I would like to just open the floor and allow you all to be able to like express how you feel, or maybe share any concerns that you might have about the situation.
Well, what happened exactly? What are the specific details?
What I've heard about this tragic event that left another Black man wounded is that it all boils down to the wrath of a bitter white man. You see, Jerry felt like Brother Ladarius had overcharged him in a recent transaction, so he took it upon himself to go snitch to the campus police about Ladarius being the plug. And in typical whitey fashion, when they done getting what they want from you, they just throw you to your death. So they did this random drug search, but Ladarius wouldn't let them search his stuff. They just expected him to be another ignorant, compliant brother, instead of questioning the right of them to do so. And nothing makes a white man more upset than when a Black man starts asking questions that make sense. They felt they had to be stopped, so they shot him.
I'm sorry, but Jerry who?
The one who plays basketball with Darius and all the other boys in the gym on Thursdays.
Oh, and look at you, keeping up with all the schedules of the Black men playing basketball?
Well, Jerry's actually white, so I guess I'm just keeping up with the schedules of all the men who play basketball. But honestly, I take Zumba classes there on Thursday, so I can kind of see who's all there.
And square dance is not enough for you? Or are you looking for something new to discover?
Okay, on another note, I'm still unsure as to which Jerry we are referring to.
The white Jerry. The one on the baseball team and is in that frat that's always doing something extra at his parties.
Either way you want to put it, my sister, the point is still the same. It's all about sacrificing a brother to the satisfaction of the white man.
Okay, look, so I was able to pull up the police report, the official one online, and this is what it says. Campus police performed a random drug search in the entire Wilson Hall after several anonymous tips reported illegal drugs soliciting and usage within the dormitory. Once the drug search of the premises was complete, Mrs. Smith continued to grow increasingly hostile, and after numerous attempts to de-escalate the situation, Mr. Smith remained a threat to officers in his immediate vicinity. He was shot once in the torso in self-defense while advancing upon an armed officer.
He wasn't no motherfucking threat to them damn officers. If anything, that was a threat to us. Truthfully, they're just upset because they ain't find no drugs in bruh's room like white boy Jerry said they would. Had us outside for 30 fucking minutes while they ended up looking for some shit that clearly ain't there. Then when they came out that bitch with nothing, that's when they got upset and shit started to pop off. Saying some fucked up shit like he ain't nothing but a dumbass criminal. And he want to ask him, aren't y'all the dumbasses since y'all weren't able to find any evidence to make me a criminal? And that got him upset, right? So they tried to arrest him. So now he asking them for what? For what? But they couldn't come up with some shit to say that make any sense, so they just kept grabbing him. And that's when bruh broke free. And when he broke free, that's when they shot him. And when bro went down, they still searching him, holding us back. And I bet you they ain't find nothing, or else they would have said something. Truthfully, they're just upset because they ain't find no drugs, so they shot him. Point blank. That's what the fuck happened.
And now he's laying in a hospital bed fighting for his life, while they're busy making statements, painting him out to be a dangerous criminal who deserved it. Y'all know the university released a statement today, basically justifying the shooting and claiming that our school is now safer because they eliminated a drug threat to the student population. Though obviously no drugs, nor any substantial evidence that Ladarius ever had any drugs in his possession were discovered.
That's awful. I can't believe something like this is happening right here on campus.
Well, believe it. This shit happens to us all the time. The question is how these motherfuckers keep getting away with it.
Because we just sit around and talk all day while they continue to run over us. We need to take action now.
Here you go. And do what? Go to the police station and start shooting them? Right. See where that gets you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Should we play by the books like you? Because the rest of us can clearly see where that has gotten us. If you weren't always so busy trying to kiss ass and save face, you would see that too.
Well, maybe if girls like you weren't always turning up and causing a riot every 5 seconds, giving us decent individuals such a bad reputation, I wouldn't have to do so much face saving.
Maybe if they weren't constantly giving me something worthy of a turn up, then I wouldn't have to be turned up every 5 seconds. But unlike you, I'm not ashamed of my blackness. I don't automatically default that our brothers have done something wrong if they were shot by the police. And I'm definitely not going to sit around and do nothing when something like this happens.
I'm not saying just sit around and do nothing. I'm just saying, why do the most all the time when clearly that's yielding no results? Why go to the campus police and invoke violence when instead we can organize something on campus so we can limit these run-ins from even happening in the first place? Because honestly, it was wrong how the entire situation went down, but we all know that Ladarius does sell weed.
The fuck that got to do with anything? Y'all motherfuckers be killing me with that shit. Always trying to pull something out your ass about what a nigga doing wrong. My nigga somewhere bleeding the fuck out right now. That's what the fuck is wrong.
Especially when not even the reason they based it is drugs. You feel me?
I don't understand that. How do you believe you're getting these drugs?
Man, wake up. White people organized for these drugs to come into this country just so it can be sold out of the black man's hand. That gives them another reason to criminalize us and kill us, just so they can make it look justified.
And is used to destroy our neighborhoods.
Yeah.
They push drugs into our communities, and it's only a matter of time before we're either killed by the drug or killed by the greed. That leaves the rest of us just like Ladarius, able to make it out, but still get killed by the police. This is why we need to take action against injustices like this now. Otherwise, what's going to get done about it?
Okay, well, what do you want us to do? I see the point you're trying to make, but really it doesn't matter what's put where. It's still us that's drinking, it's still us that's smoking, and it's still us that's engaging in the activities that's killing ourselves. It don't matter who puts what in our hands. We still ultimately have the willpower to do and not do things.
Man, that's easy for you to say when your bougie ass ain't never been in a situation when you had to make a decision between eating and engaging in activities that's killing ourselves. Everybody didn't have a daddy paying their tuition. Some of us had to work hard for that shit the only way we know how.
Why don't you learn how to do it another way?
Oh, right, because life is just that easy. I'm just going to drop all the shit that I've known my entire life. Shit that's helped me survive, right? I'm going to unsee all the bullshit that done fucked up my head and made my life hell. And then I'm just going to magically adopt this shit that's working so motherfucking well for you. You think that's going to change anything? Hell no. Y'all all still going to look at me and see a hood nigga.
If everyone had access to the resources and someone to tell them the importance of doing things any other way, don't you think they would?
Why don't you help your so-called brothers and sisters that you look down on so much when y'all make it out versus sitting up there on your stank-ass high horses, forgetting where you came from and lying to yourself like you better than the rest of us?
Because some people don't want to see you win. They would rather help themselves and say to hell with the rest of us. Your whole point don't make sense anyway. Yeah, we may be doing things we shouldn't be doing like every other race in America, might I add. But why are we being shot and killed over it when there are other ways to handle that?
I mean, clearly y'all have a lot of hostility towards what y'all think my life has been. But that's not what we're here to talk about right now. The problem at hand now is the fact that yes, it is wrong that Ladarius was shot. We can all agree on that. The situation should not have ended the way it did. But we all know that Ladarius does sell drugs. We all know had it been any other time, they may have been able to find drugs on him. Then would it have been justified? It surely would have been easier for them to make it look so. Or would it be better for the retention rates of African American students to continue to go down because everyone's too high to pass classes? Or would it be better for us to have to continue to go through more random drug searches and face more prejudice than we already do because now we have a reputation for being high all the time? Why is he selling weed? That is what we really need to address. Even though you are rightfully angry that he was wrongfully shot, we can't just be acting like he's not selling weed.
That should not be our prime focus right now. Like, why is he laying in a hospital bed fighting for his life? Why are the same campus police officers still happily patrolling campus, looking for another brother to kill, and invoking fear in the rest of us? Getting to go home to their beautiful little houses in a quiet and black-free neighborhood. While Ladarius is damn near dead thanks to them. Why are they not charged with attempted murder? Why is the school making statements about a drug problem being gone when they haven't eliminated any drugs, nor have any proof that they've eliminated a drug dealer? All of this is way more important than why he may or may not be selling drugs.
How? When if he wasn't selling weed, he wouldn't have been in this situation in the first place.
Nah, even if he wasn't selling weed, he could have still been in a situation. Innocent brothers are shot and killed by the police all the time.
I have to agree with Brianna's logic. Though it is possible, speaking about African Americans that is, could be shot by the police at any moment. I'm sure that solid research would support that if you are engaging in criminal-like activities that oftentimes causes regular law enforcement interactions, that you are at an increased risk of being caught in those situations that end up deadly and unjustly.
Of course you agree with Brianna. She thinks she's white, so of course you bitches are gonna be all buddy-buddy.
Okay, I understand that we're all a little upset, but we will remain respectful of each other in this space.
Man, whatever. Let her spend her time on that whack-ass research. I know you be liking to spend your time watching us anyway. Meanwhile, the rest of us gonna be out here dodging bullets so we don't become another one of your study subjects. Multiple bullets at that, because you know they out here shooting niggas to kill, knowing they gonna get away with it.
Yeah, my brother does bring up a valid point. Okay, for a fact that I know that police officers, they're trained to wound someone without killing them. Why are they not implementing their training on people and chalking it off to be a stressful situation? I mean, we all know that their job is stressful. That comes as part of their paycheck. Do y'all get what I mean? Okay, let me put it in these terms. If we were at the strip club and there was a stripper who was being very stressful at her job and in front of a group of clients, we would have her fired. Why are we not doing the same thing with the police? No?
Nigga, what?
Okay, maybe expanding on that a little bit. Taking account like emergency responders, right? If they were killing a select few of their patients because the situation was stressful, we would call them incompetent of doing their jobs.
Yeah.
So why are we not looking at police officers the same way?
Because they're trained to kill. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I feel like it's a personal thing that's been passed down to generations, and giving them that uniform only enables them to continue our systematic oppression. If they already have these thoughts and beliefs about what we are, anything we say or do will fit the aggressive image they already have of us. That word aggressive alone only ties them to shoot and kill us, and then go justify with the buddies to be us in the same way. So it's never in a cycle that leaves us oppressed. If we want change, we have to act out, or else we're stuck in it. You feel me?
No, I don't feel you. I don't believe they all just get into that uniform to kill us. I don't believe that the majority of them wake up and be like, today I'm gonna become a police officer and kill a nigger. It's not the 50s anymore. I do believe, like you said, that the majority of them find themselves in situations where they don't understand our intentions and write it off as aggression. That's how they find themselves in situations that sadly end up the way they do, leaving us dead.
So you're saying it's right? Ladarius deserved to be shot?
If I may, I don't think Brianna's saying that he deserved to be shot. I think the main point she's just trying to get across is that it's important for us to get people of color out of these situations where they may have to have run-ins with the police. If we can do that, we may decrease the odds of them being in those situations that end up with them being shot.
Oh, what? My sister can't have a voice of her own now?
She gonna say it's not the 50s, but I can't tell. She want us to find ways to keep our head down, play by their rules, and stay out of their way.
And you co-signing that it's supposed to make sense to us?
Oh no, that's not what I meant.
Even if we did that, they'll still find ways to come after and kill us.
What we need to do is put more brothers in the uniform. If we had people in that position that we trusted, I'm telling you, these accidental shootings wouldn't happen anymore.
Nah, they don't want to do that. They'd rather sell weed and get that money fast and dangerous now than to be a part of the solution.
First of all, how you gonna be a police officer with a criminal record? Because trust and believe, we're prone to be put in situations where we're gonna get a lengthier one at a younger age. Second, I done seen black police officers, and just because we look alike, don't mean they treat us any better than the white ones do. You see, niggas in that situation got a house nigga mentality. That whack ass badge gives them too much clout for them to understand they're still niggas.
Okay, but what does that do for us? There's what? One, maybe two black campus police officers out of how many? If we can work to get ones that we can trust in the position, we may be able to create some change.
Nah, I feel like it's gonna take way more than campus police. It's gonna take us to get up and do something now.
What do you want us to do? All you ever want to do is just get out here, miss classes, flip some desks over, and cause a ruckus. What is any of that going to accomplish?
I mean, if that's what's gonna get their attention, what's the issue?
Why do we need to get their attention? The last thing we need is their attention. They're always watching us. We don't need to find more ways to try to get their attention.
I feel what the rest is saying though. We need to get their attention to let them know we're not going to continue to stand for the BS they hand us. We asked for the civil rights movement. We asked for Black Lives Matter. What are we going to continue to do? Ask?
Right. The time is over for these peaceful protests. We got to take drastic actions to get the change and justice we need. What has a peaceful protest done in the past?
Well, could the argument be made that peaceful protests have gotten us where we are today?
And where is that? I mean, it couldn't have been too far. We're still sitting in a room with the issue of an unarmed black male being wrongfully shot by an authority figure. And that authority figure being enabled by his racist buddies to walk away free of charges.
Yet and still, Martin got way more accomplished for us than Malcolm did.
Oh,
All right.
That's your opinion, really.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you about that because the facts can speak on it. Anyway, you don't even know what you're talking about because half the time you was over there on your phone. The other half you're trying not to fall asleep. But that don't even surprise me. You never contribute nothing. You're honestly only here to co-sign everything Arista says. Like we don't know y'all been smashing low-key since freshman year. Whenever there's events, you never show up. Whenever we have to fundraise, you act like you're nowhere to be found. Yet and still you have so much to say now, right? And you. Maybe if you calmed down a bit and acted like a lady, he would have been committed to just you, and you wouldn't have to settle for his late night creeping into your dorm room.
It's sisters like you who are the problem now. You be educated, living good, but still find a reason to be upset. You might see somebody creep up in your dorm room late night.
Right, she mad.
Clearly, y'all are mad. Y'all the one that want to flip desks over and shoot the police. It can't be me. It's got to be y'all.
Girl, you always think somebody's so worried about you and what you think, but you're not even relevant. Don't nobody even know you. Why don't you come up on your own name, sis, versus trying to bash somebody else?
I actually show up to events and pay my dues on time. That's my name. I can put this as a bullet point on my really long resume. That's my name. What's your name? Cause I ain't never heard of angry black girl who always got to show out on the roster. Oh, okay.
Yo, she's just mad. Shawty came in here with an attitude. What you need to do is go ahead and get a real nigga to put on her roster so she can chill the fuck out.
Please. The last thing I need in my life is a real nigga. And you don't even know how I got in here because you were late. If meetings didn't have to run 15 minutes late per usual because black folks don't ever want to be on time. That's why I was the way I was.
See, all this right here is on most brothers having issues sticking with that black woman now.
Boy, whatever. It ain't even got nothing to do with us. The issue is that real black women are having a hard time sticking with y'all little boys who always want to play games. You say one thing, the next minute be thinking another, all the while be doing something completely different with about 3 other girls behind our backs. How are we supposed to feel trying to hold down y'all fake asses?
Well, things just got real personal up in here.
Right, bro, I'm dead.
Do you think they need a minute?
Bro, I don't even know what the fuck is going on right now. But hey, listen, Shorty calling us fake, like she not the one parading around campus acting like she too woke for the D.
I know.
When clearly she getting it from my nigga Malachi over there for years. Hey, no, it's okay though, cause they know we like them foreign anyway, right? Ain't that right, Snow Bunny?
Whatever. First of all, she ain't even foreign. She's just white. Her foreign ancestry is just as far as behind her as mine. And see if that foreign girl is going to be able to understand the problems that black men face in America every day. It ain't going to be too long before you find yourself crawling back to a real black woman who understands what it's like.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Arista. I will always stick beside my beautiful black queens. But in reality, what is she even doing here anyway? It's the Black Americans United. Don't you have enough groups that y'all already taken over?
I'm here because just like you, I feel that it was wrong that Ladarius was shot. I want to help you guys be a part of whatever solution you have in mind. You don't have to be black to feel outraged by injustices that black Americans face. All you have to do is have a heart. And even though I am white, I do have one of those.
Which we are grateful that you do. We're not saying that all Caucasians are bad. We're just saying the ones who are rooted in racism and hatred are in very powerful places. And that keeps us oppressed. All we want is equal opportunities, freedoms, and respect as our white counterparts. And if your interest is to help us achieve that goal, then we welcome and appreciate you.
Oh no, my sister. Don't speak for all of us. Man, see, that's the problem with black Americans nowadays. We always feel like we need the approval of the white man just to be successful. And we don't. We are kings and queens, and the sooner we realize that, the sooner we can take back our throne.
That's fine. You all have the right to feel angry, confused, or untrusting in my presence here. I understand that there is a lot of bad blood between our races, so some of you may not truly understand me. But my goal here is not to argue with you or to make you feel like you can't get this done without me. My entire purpose is to do what I feel is right and be a part of the change. I cannot allow you to scare me into being a bystander just because you don't understand me. If we continue to not understand each other because it's too difficult or uncomfortable, then nothing about our tumultuous relationship can change.
Well, if you want to be a part of the change, that's cool or whatever, but don't be expecting for us or anybody else to take it easy on you. Dealing with the injustice that we deal with on daily ain't easy.
So if you're with us, don't expect anybody to give a fuck about you being white. You don't get the same kind of treatment when it comes time to dole out punishment for going against the grain. But back to the real, what all bougie girl over there talking about ain't gonna work no way. Where I'm from, we shoot the police for trying some slick shit. Fuck all that running and hiding shit. All that they ever get you is shot in the back. So the fuck we look like going with the ops?
Okay, what is that gonna do? How is shooting at the police gonna decrease any of the issues we're having?
Well, they ain't never done nothing for us.
But what have you done for yourself though?
Alright, I got it. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go up to a police station and we're gonna kneel. Just to let them know that we might be hurt. We might be, but we're not all the way down.
Sit your punk ass down, bro.
Okay, all right, okay. Y'all settle down. Look, y'all, I understand that sometimes we have nothing in common other than the fact that we are black and American. I get that. You come from a background where you don't understand any other way to be successful in life without selling weed. You come from a background where life would be so much easier for all of us if he wasn't selling weed. Yet and still, y'all are both at this table as black college students with a similar issue today. One of our very own was put in a hospital bed where at this very moment, he is fighting for his life. We need to figure out real solutions to ensure this is never to happen at Douglas State ever again. We're so focused on how our backgrounds are different that we're not even thinking about how those different experiences can influence each of us to a better future. So, if we need to split up in different committees of figuring out how to get the problem solved, as long as we're working to the same goal, y'all, that's fine. Some of y'all protest. Some of y'all organize an event on resources so folks feel like they have another option other than just selling weed. Some of y'all go meet with the SGA, figure out how things are working on an administrative level, come back and tell us that so we can understand how we can and cannot move. Some of y'all organize a Black Student Patrol, where if we have a problem, we can call on each other. We have to understand and respect that we are different people. We gonna work in different ways. As long as we're all working to the common goal, that's fine. We can't continue to spend our time bashing each other, worried about who like orange cheeks and who always late and who getting some and who ain't got none. Because none of that is helping us to progress as a people. Y'all, we have to understand that yes, we may be different, but we're more alike than we think. We have to find ways to come together, because I guarantee y'all that if we can do that, there ain't no act, no body, or no system that could dare stand against us.